La Flor del Pueblo, a mural project presenting the history of Grant Park neighborhood. It is a story of an American neighborhood that was vital to the birth and development of Phoenix, Arizona. There is a great saga revealed in the details from Grant Park neighborhood. Here's a few interesting stories from Grant Park.
I danced at Grant Park. I did flamenco. I danced one time at the Riverside by myself. In the whole dance floor, I had two numbers. One was Patricia, and the other one was called Torero. And my grandmother would make my costumes. And it was fun. I did everything where my grandmother would take me, because she was very involved with Friendly House.
There was a lot of people, and everybody kind of knew each other. It just seemed like everybody knew each other. It was almost like an extended family, is kind of what I felt like. And so there was a lot of love and support, I would say, in the community. That's what, and I think that helped me on later on in my life. My favorite part was they used to sell these eggs, hollow eggs with confetti in them. They were called cascarones. And then you would get them, and then you'd sneak up on somebody and you'd smash it on their head, and then you'd run, you'd take the, hey, cascarones, Actually, I played with 3 groups many times. I first started out, well, my initial gigs were with Chapito Chavarria. Later on, I met a friend named Rudy Barcelo, and we became very good friends, and we played together. Originally, it was a group called Power Drive. And Power Drive is back in the 70s. Yeah, and when you're in the band, and you do it, they feed you, they give you food, drink, whatever you want. Hey, what do you guys want? And so it's they treat you really good. That's all you gotta say is, hey, we're with the band. I'm with the band. Oh, okay, come on this way. And so.
That one particular day, we had to hunt for my sister, Dottie, because, her name is
She was kind of the wild
Dorothy.
one.
She would kill me if she was a traviesa. So yeah, she was running around the projects, and we told her, we're gonna take a picture. Mom wants a picture of all of us. So we all got in there. The only one that's missing is my older brother. So, and he's the person in the background was Jimmy Flores. I don't know if you knew the Flores family from.
I saw him back there on the sidewalk.
Yes, he's in the background. Jimmy deliberately got into the picture. It was a photo bomb, I guess. Yeah, what you call a photo bomb now?
The way that I became affiliated with Grant Park was through Michael Rojas, who was my softball coach, and then I also played some volleyball over there. So yeah, so we would come over to Grant Park to mostly do sports.
And your kids went to ASU. You have a son who became a pro football player.
I did.
Yeah.
So his name is Kevin Minifield, and he played, as far as football, he was a defensive back, but he was really a better basketball player. But he's only 5'9". He went with ASU and played football. And that was really his best decision that he could have made, because he could have played basketball at the collegiate level, but not at a pro level. He was too tall to be a Muggsy Bogues, but he was too short to be, Keem Olajuwon or something like that. So drafted a lot lower than he was hoping, but he was number 201, and he went to the Detroit Lions, and he had a really good off season there, or what do they call it, preseason, I guess. And the Bears had a lot of footage on him, and they decided they wanted him, and then all of a sudden the Lions said, no, we want him more, and so they went into a little bidding war, which was great for him. And he left, and he went to the Chicago Bears, and he stayed there for 5 years.
Go to the canals and get the mud, the good mud, which was clay, and I didn't know it was clay. And so I take it home and I sculpt, and so that really got me interested in the art. And so as I was growing up, they would say, Roman, what do you want to be when you grow up? I go, I want to be an artist. They would say, no.
Life's tough enough as it is.
You're going to starve to death.
Yeah.
But also I had the opportunity to travel throughout the world. I got a exchange program, and I taught at Wu University at Jiangmen City in China. I had one of my students was Gino Acevedo, and he was, I taught airbrush also, and he was really good, but every time I would lecture, he'd be drawing monsters. And so I come by, and instead of admonishing him, I go, hey, that's pretty good. Let's do some of what I'm talking about here. Let's do some better composition, color, and so forth. Long story short is, he really raised up in the film industry, and he ended up in New Zealand working on Lord of the Rings. And they were looking for somebody to do airbrush the Hobbit feet and the ears, and so Gino talked to Peter Jackson and Richard Taylor, and they're partners in Weta Workshop. And so I said, well, my instructor is really good at that, so why don't you see what he's got? So I sent him, they asked me to send some work, so I sent it to him. 2 weeks later, I got a plane, and I'm on my way to New Zealand. So I was there for a whole year, worked on all 3 movies. My name's on the credits.
There are many stories that tell the history of Grant Park neighborhood. These stories are the foundation of La Flor del Pueblo murals. Learn more about the stories from Grant Park and the art to be done to tell them by following laflordelpueblo.org.
Sí se puede.